Hello Soul Midwives. I hope you're having a nice session today, and firstly I want to thank Jude, the lovely Jude, for inviting me to create this opportunity for you all to come on a workshop with me. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Rachel Field and I am a soul midwife, and up until very recently I was the mentor for the West Midlands. I decided to very recently step down because I needed to focus my time and energy in my local area, working with the hospice and my community, and didn't feel I had the energy and time to further support the school. So if you didn't know, I was a mentor until very recently. So in terms of a soul midwife, I've done my level 1, I've done my level 2, I have done my TLC training, I've taught lots of TLC since I qualified, and I am officially a soul midwife in my local hospice. And when I say officially, I know there's many of us that work in the shadows of, in hospices, hospitals, care homes, and it's amazing because that's what I was doing until my hospice finally gave me the go-ahead to be the hospice's soul midwife, and I wear my little badge loud and proud. So that was a massive honour when that happened in 2019. So that's me as a soul midwife, and you're probably thinking, well, who is she to offer a marketing workshop to soul midwives? Well, I'm going to very briefly touch on my background. So between the years 2001 until 2011, I spent those 10 years working with, actually no, it was 2000, so 11 years, working with some of the world's biggest brands in marketing. So I worked with the likes of Iberia Airlines in Madrid, I worked with T-Mobile before it became EE, I worked with Mars Foods, Mars Pet, Mars Confectionery, unfortunately Nestle, I shouldn't say that for legal purposes, remove that bit. I'm just being honest. I worked with Nivea, I worked with literally some of the world's biggest brands, managing huge budgets. I think the biggest budget I worked with was £3 million for one campaign. So you can imagine, and I managed that budget, so you can imagine from a project management point of view, coming up with the concepts, it was actually quite a big project. So I have a lot of marketing knowledge. I then ended up leaving that world and set up my own small business marketing consultancy, working with small and local businesses to use the knowledge that I'd learned and helped them grow their business, feed their families, become and employ staff in the community. So that's what I did. So from 2013 till 2017, I ran my own small business marketing consultancy. So I took what I knew and adapted it into the small business world, which was very different clients, very different resources, very different mindset, helping them grow using marketing. So that's what my background is. I actually became chartered. So when I was in the world of big brand marketing, chartered meant nothing to them. They just wanted me to prove that I could do what I was saying I could do. When I started working with small business owners, that word chartered became and meant something. And I knew that because I knew that's how important it was. So I became chartered. So I was actually an ex-chartered marketeer. So I'm actually really qualified for this stuff. And I knew Jude was quite, you have a lot of skills that maybe some of our soul midwives might want to learn from you. Hence why I've created this half-day workshop. Now I hear that some of you are wanting some ideas and some momentum and some push behind selling TLC. So all I'm going to ask for you, even if you don't come on the workshop, but if you decide and you want to come on the workshop, I want to ask you to sit in silence, connect with your breath, and when I say the word business, marketing, and sales, what comes up for you? Just write it down. You don't need to tell anybody, just write it down and keep it. If you decide to come on the workshop, bring that with you because that'll be a really important start to the day. And if not, whatever comes up, as you know, most of you know how to deal with this stuff. Just sit with it and see what you're going to do moving forward. So I'm not going to monopolise time because I know you're all busy. So This workshop's going to be half a day. It's the first time I'm doing it with you guys, so I don't know whether it's going to be a 3 or 4 hour. So we're going to book out 4 hours and we're going to see where it finishes and lands, okay? It's going to be on Saturday the 24th of April and it's going to start at 10 a.m. So it might finish at 1, it might finish at 2. We're going to look at confidence in marketing and business. Now, I know that's really, you could spend hours sitting in circle like you're doing now, figuring out ideas to sell TLC. But unless you've got the confidence in your business, then you're not going to be able to sell because that energy is going to come with you. So we're going to look at that and why that's really important. We're going to look at your why. We're going to look into the psychology of your dream client and where you'll find them and how to talk to them. We're going to look at the balance between working using the ego, the mind, versus the heart. And I know that's where some of the disharmony comes with you. And the reason why I know is because I feel it myself and I have to work through this myself, and I have. Proof of this is that, you know, I think I've taught now about 10 TLC days, and that's so privately selling them. And then I've also been asked by Public Health England to teach local care homes TLC. They approached me, and that's because the work I do on myself to work and find the balance between the mind and the heart in this work. When you're a heart-led, soul-led business owner, that can create disharmony, and that's what we want to work on as well. So we'll look at that and how to harness that in your marketing and how to enjoy marketing. We're going to look at ethical marketing and what that means, because it's really important. I'm going to go into that in the workshop because it'll be really interesting. And you will leave that workshop feeling confident, feeling inspired. You will have at least one action to take immediately that is personal to you, that you can take and move forward your TLC training, your sales and the marketing behind your soul midwifery, your TLC training, or even if you have a wider holistic business, it might work for that as well. And not only that, you will be excited to move forward and know how to find and create more ideas and how to find confidence in what you're doing. So that's really the day. It's going to be really heavily discounted, A, because it's the first time I've done it for Soul Midwives, okay? So there is going to be a discount for being the first to take part in that, and B, because you are Soul Midwives, and I know how hard it is to earn a living out of soul midwifery. So the workshop's going to be £197, so that's the half day. This will grow your business. You will make that money back. If you put these steps into practice, you will make that money back. And what I'm going to do is, if you book by midnight on the 3rd of April, book and pay, I will reduce it as an early bird offer to £147. Limited spaces. So if this works, I know it'll work, but as in, like, if you're interested and I get enough people, I will do another one, but it will be limited, because I want this to be, like with TLC, a fluid workshop with a few breaks and lots of idea sharing and working, opening up our heart. It won't be recorded for that reason, because it will be a safe space. So come join me. If you want to know more, I'm going to send some info to Jude about how to contact me and how to book. So thank you for listening, sending you lots of love. And I just want you to know that you've got this. You've got all the skills, you've got all the tools, you've got everything you need to be able to go out and spread this amazing training, your amazing soul-led work out and be able to pay your bills. I promise. So hopefully I'll see you soon.